What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table, we're going to be sitting here with our credit card ready to go, and yeah, back some Gloomhaven. I said it. I knew I would say it multiple times. I'll say it again. I meant Frosthaven, but I'm going to say Gloomhaven many times, I'm sure. It is Gloomhaven 2.0, basically, the sequel, standalone sequel, coming to Kickstarter today. At 11 a.m. Eastern, this stream, we're just going to sit here, hang out, chat, talk about the stuff that we've seen announced in other videos and news articles and blog posts and stuff about the game. We'll chat with you guys, hang out, get our credit cards ready for those who want to back. I totally understand for those who do not want to back. We're just going to look over the Kickstarter page, discuss it when it launches at 11, get all excited, just talk about Gloomhaven stories, that kind of stuff, kill some time here. And have some fun. Let me know if sound is okay, video is okay, or anything. I'm in my office. It might be a little different. It's a different setup, different equipment here. So, yeah, that was working great. But let's see here. Seems okay on my end here. Let's get the chat going. All right. Let's see if I can pop out. Okay, so I see Rodnoff's here, Cloud's here, Fred's here. So Fred says it's tempting, but still have to complete Gloomhaven. Totally understand that completely. But the thing is, it's a Kickstarter game, and you know Kickstarter games don't fulfill usually anytime near when you back it. So I'm betting this thing won't even be ready for 12 to 16 months probably. And it all depends with COVID right now. Locking down factories, delaying shipping, delaying production of things. A lot of companies have switched from manufacturing anything to manufacturing like healthcare supplies, ventilator parts, all that kind of stuff. So who knows, maybe manufacturers that make dice and print cards are doing other stuff right now. So who knows the kind of delays it's going to impact to the industry and all the different board game manufacturers who are waiting to get their games manufactured that we're waiting for already. Like, just picture all the companies that were waiting for games to be made, and they all got pushed back. So now when the factories all spin back up and everything goes back to normal, just imagine the backlog of all the companies who are fighting to get their games in on the in the factory line to get them all done. So it's going to create a ripple effect and a wave. So I don't know if Frosthaven will make it out when they say they're going to make it out, because they don't have control over that. So I feel you have plenty of time to finish Gloomhaven before this thing hits your doorstep. And that is my understanding. And that is why I'm going to back it today. I have plenty of games to play in the meantime. I have Gloomhaven scenarios we did not complete. I have Forgotten Circles we still have to complete. Plenty of stuff to play in the meantime. But this month, while they're doing this Kickstarter, is going to be your chance to back it and kind of get in on it now so that you get it in that first wave, rather than waiting when stores get a few and then they're sold out, it's hard to find and that kind of thing, like I had to deal with the first Gloomhaven. I missed the first Kickstarter and then had a heck of a time trying to find the game, and then I got in on the second Kickstarter and got it with that. But yeah, I don't want to wait for the second print runs and third print runs and fourth print runs. I want to get it as soon as I can. So yeah, I'm going to most likely back today, because hopefully I'll plan for it. It'll drop and we'll get to play through it on the channel, just like we played through Gloomhaven, the whole thing. So I'm excited. Let's see. Lots of chat here. The wife would do more than frown. It says coming soon. Oh, for those who are curious, let me flip. Is it going to flip? Is it going to flip? I think it did. Yeah, so here we see the page. I dropped the link to this in the description below. This is the Kickstarter page link that we've seen dropped in on some of the tweets and stuff on the internet to come here and set a reminder. And there's a button here that you'll normally see. You click it, you save a reminder. Look at all these 20,000 followers waiting to be emailed as soon as it goes live. So hopefully we get the notification. We get in there like really quick. We back it. I don't know if there's any like back within the first 24-hour bonuses that some Kickstarters do, but I hope there's not. That's kind of cheesy stuff. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna read some chat here. By the way, if you only pay $1, how much time do you have to decide if buying it or not? So with most Kickstarters, there's usually a $1 pledge tier. Some Kickstarters don't have that. I've seen Kickstarters, I think, take that away, but the ones that do, you just back it for $1. That means you'll get the notification sent to you in your email and all that kind of thing. You'll have access to leave comments and chat and stuff as a Kickstarter backer while the campaign's going on, and I think even after the campaign. But the other thing it lets you do is get you access to the backer kit, which is like a system that usually unlocks within a few weeks or months after the Kickstarter completes, and it allows you to go in there and add more funds, modify your order, add new add-ons, take things away, whatever you want to do, and also pay your shipping. So the cool part is you'll back it now. I'm assuming, get charged. It's been a while since I've done a Kickstarter, so I don't know if it's changed. But I know I usually take your funds from you when the Kickstarter closes, I believe, but I could be wrong on that. And then there's like a second wave later where the backer kit opens, where you pay for shipping, you can add on expansions, you can add on extra copies of your order, whatever you want. So you take that $1 tier that you did, you go in as like a shopping cart and just add stuff, and then they charge you, and then you then pay for your shipping, your additional, you know, the game, the pledge change, all that stuff. But companies like you to back up front, so then it inflates their Kickstarter numbers, and then they can tout that, you know, over $1 million in 24 hours and fully backed within 16 minutes and that kind of stuff. So the $1 tier thing, I can see why they're not really happy about that, but in the end, they get the money, right? Because you go do it through a backer kit later, so they'll get their cash from you eventually. Hey Spencer, hey Joe, Frosthaven, yeah. All right, so let's see here. So much chat. Let's see. Kevin says, "Hey Kevin, not sure if what I'm doing yet. Isaac really doesn't offer any incentive to back the Kickstarter other than early delivery. Supposedly it's going to be $60 less US dollars than the retail price, supposedly. But then again, you have to pay for the shipping on that instead of just going to your local game store. So who knows if that discount's really a discount, right? So it's like, the only incentive I can tell you is if you want to make sure you get a copy in like the first wave and not have to run around to retail stores hoping to grab one later, because who knows how many they're going to print, who knows how many stores are going to order, who knows how many are going to be in stock places, who knows what your store is going to charge you for it, who knows what the economy looks like when this game comes out. So right now you back it how it is. Obviously the economy is not great right now, so your local currency might deter you from backing it right now, because if you're like me, I'm in Canada, so I have to go with the exchange rate, whatever that is right now. I don't even know, but it could be really bad for me to buy it now if the Canadian dollar is really low compared to the US dollar, rather than wait and buy it later. So there's lots of factors, paying shipping, which you don't know what the shipping will exactly be. There's uncertainties, right? There's uncertainties always. It's a risk. It's a Kickstarter. So I'm not saying you need to back it for sure. I'm backing it for sure because we had so much fun with Gloomhaven. My wife and I will play through it. I have friends that will jump in and jump out of our campaign. We had a blast with the first one, played it all on YouTube, most of it on YouTube. We filmed a bunch of scenarios. Sometimes we played off camera too, because there was just so much to play. Sometimes we just get together and play a scenario without the cameras rolling. But we may do it different this time with Frosthaven in a year when we get it or more, and play through it live maybe, play through it, have some interaction with you guys, just helping us decide choices and stuff. So we'll see. That's why I'm backing it for sure. So yeah. All right. Dragon says, Gloomhaven was my first Kickstarter and started my board game addiction. Wow, what a place to start. What a place to start. Yeah, Fred. So Fred agrees. That's how I'm looking at it. So we haven't completely done all our Gloomhaven stuff, and I know that. Forgotten Circles still staring at me on the shelf of shame. But I look at this as now, let's back it now, get it locked in, and now I have a year. I could buy another copy of Gloomhaven, probably play through that whole scenario, the whole main story or whatever, solo or two-player or whatever, by the time I'll get Frosthaven. Like, it's definitely possible. You have at least a year, I would assume. But yeah, we'll play through some other scenarios. We'll play through Forgotten Circles in meantime. There's other games to play, right? So it's just like you're pre-ordering it. That's all Kickstarter is, really, nowadays. Let's see, Rodnoff. Yeah, Kevin here says something. So there was a Man versus Meeple post. So Kevin's saying Isaac might already have the game like ready and have it lined up to be produced fast and all this kind of stuff. But in an interview on Man vs. Meeple about a month ago, he mentioned the game was only about 50% finished at that point. It's been a month, so he said the main story campaign stuff, so like 60-ish scenarios is like the main story, and then there's like 40-something probably side quests they'll design. But in Gloomhaven, the first edition, they had a bunch of guest designers do a bunch of those side quest missions. And he said a lot of those haven't even really been done yet at the time. The main story had been finished. I don't know if all the scenarios in that main story were done. He had said all the art was pretty much done. But there was a lot still up in the air, it sounded like. So he said they were going to be working on it for another 6 to 8 months to complete it. And that was late February. So another 5 to 7 months from now is when he's hoping to wrap up the project and send it to print. So to me, that doesn't sound like this game is ready to be done, ready to be produced anytime soon. But that's fine if everything steadies out by that later time when he does go to submit it. Hopefully the game gets produced and he delivers on time. So who knows, who knows? But so much uncertainty in the world right now, it's hard to say. And not many Kickstarters deliver on time in general. So just imagine when there's a global pandemic going on. Who knows, right? Who knows? Let's see here. Oh, okay, Rodnoff says, I know some board game companies have switched to producing PPE face shields. That's like the shields they wear in the hospitals and stuff to protect them from getting basically sneezed and coughed on and getting COVID. That's cool. Cameron found my channel because of Spirit Island. Big fan of your vids. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sorry if this is not a crazy, super awesome Frosthaven preview. I reached out to Isaac's company too late and wasn't able to get in on the prototype that they sent out. So I'm now on their list. Hopefully I'll get something like that in the future, but they didn't have any left. It was too late to get it shipped. Post right now, shipping is all backed up. So even then, if they had it, I doubt I would get it in time. But I've reached out to a fellow YouTuber to see if I can get one later, but we'll see what happens there. In the meantime, this is just, we're going to chat about stuff. I wish I had the prototype. I wish I had that demo kit, because you guys know I'd be live streaming it and playing through it on the channel. But don't worry, when we get the full production stuff in the end, it'll be all worth it, I think. And Bernardo's here. Greetings from my living room, dancing with myself and with Billy I. And Logan's here. Hello, hello. Everybody helps. Doris says, yo, Rob. Boarding the hype train. Whoop, whoop. What time is the Kickstarter going live? It's going live at 11 a.m. Eastern. The link is in the description of this video down below. So open up the page in another tab. This is the hitting F5 over and over again stream. Right, so let's see. Yep. Oh. Look, the image changed. We have an image change, everybody. I refreshed. Day 1 of 31. So it's a 31-day Kickstarter campaign. So we're going to be streaming straight for 31 days right now, starting now. No, I'm just joking. We're not. I'm only streaming for about an hour or two. We'll go over the Kickstarter page when it launches, and kind of I'll read through it. We'll discuss what's there. We'll see what's offered, what they're doing here, discuss what we should back. Like, there's some things maybe I won't back because maybe I don't need the fancy fluff. Maybe I'll add stuff later. Who knows? But I'll be curious on your guys' opinion too. What shows up on this page. Kevin says, what part of Canada are you in, Rob? I grew up in Ottawa. I'm basically an hour west of Toronto. I'm near Hamilton, Ontario is where we're at. And I grew up in this area, basically. Moved around in different areas within an hour of each other kind of thing, but always in the same area. Southern Ontario boy here. Let's see here. Edgar's here. Right now, this will cost me 20% more than a month ago. And that's what I was saying, Edgar, about the economy right now. A lot of people's local economy is down, and their currency versus the US dollar has been hit. And actually, a good website to check if you're curious, xe.com is what I usually use. So this thing is supposed to be 100 US dollars. And I want to convert that to Canadian. Let's see. So normally, like lately over the last couple of years, the Canadian dollar has been about 75 cents to the dollar, but right now it's only 70. So I'm losing out on like 5 cents on the dollar right now, which not too worried about. That's not too huge for me. That's fine. But I can totally understand some other countries compared to the US dollar are way down, like way down. So it's a little rough, but you could back at the $1 and just wait a few months, see what happens, and then decide when the backer kit opens. So that's the other thing. We have 16 minutes till the Kickstarter launches, I think. So we'll see. And that doesn't include shipping either. That's the other thing I hate. I hate that about Kickstarters. You back it, you're like, it seems like a good value. There's a discount versus MSRP. And then you get the backer kit later and you see like 30, 60, whatever dollars shipping. And you're like, oh, I guess I could have waited a few weeks for it to show up at retail. It's like, why did I back this again? That doesn't seem worth it. But that's a trick they do now. They don't charge you up front in the Kickstarter for shipping, which is like a totally scummy kind of thing to do, but I don't know a better solution for it. I prefer to have it not on time with high quality than the other way around. 18 minutes to go live, says Shadow. 15 minutes ago. You can tell I'm a little delayed here. It's like a 10 to 15 second delay on the chat too for me, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm not responding to some stuff right away. Gina says, I feel like a stupid fangirl, but it's funny. Yeah, I'm totally doing this for fun. I just figured, like, I want to chat with people, and, like, my wife's working. Normally I'd pop open the Kickstarter page and, like, sit there with her, and we'd read through it and discuss, like, should we back this? Should we not? Like, what add-ons should I put in? How much money do we have in the budget? Will people care if I play through this on YouTube, or am I just buying this for myself to play on the side later? Like, will this shit sit on the shelf of shame? Should I wait for it to hit retail? All these decisions I sit there and discuss with Mel. She's probably in the chat watching. But I figured, like, let's do a stream and have you guys, the viewers, the ones who watch these videos I do, like, I want to hear your opinion, what you guys think and stuff. Let's just discuss it. I don't know. Just I thought of doing this late last night, and yeah, so it's kind of by the seat of my pants here. Martin says, really enjoyed your playthrough of Tainted Grail. It was my first Kickstarter. Have recently acquired Gloomhaven and thinking of backing this. Well, Martin, you have time to play Gloomhaven, but have you played any Gloomhaven? Because I wouldn't say back this if you don't know if you like Gloomhaven or not. But again, if you like that style of game, like the tactical combat, like fantasy theme, a decent story. There was like story in Gloomhaven, but it wasn't the strongest aspect of that game. But the mechanics, the card play, the leveling up of characters, the unlocking legacy aspects were awesome. That stuff was awesome in my opinion. But let's see. Niall says, I never played Gloomhaven, but I love playing solo games and co-op games with my partner. We're finishing Aeon's End Legacy today. No harm in backing for $1, right? Yes, Niall, exactly. Exactly. It is great. I played through Gloomhaven with my wife. Most of that is on YouTube. We had a friend, Justin, who joined us. We had Kyle, who played it with us a couple times. But Justin would jump in and jump out when he lives about an hour away. He'd come down, play for a weekend, jump into our scenarios, like into our campaign, and play with us. And it was super cool. I love that jump in, jump out mechanic, and he'd level up his guy. And there's a balance mechanic to the scenarios so that if my wife and I were playing, depending on our levels, it maths out and kind of like lowers or raises the difficulty. And then if Justin came with his character that hadn't really leveled up as much because he wasn't playing all the scenarios with us, it would basically drop the difficulty and average it out so that it would scale it so it didn't feel, the difficulty felt right. Like it never felt too overpowered or too underpowered. Some scenarios the balance was a little weird, but when you have like 16 different possible characters and all the different levels and all different card combinations and all mixing in, super hard to balance 100 different scenarios. Like it's crazy that it's even as well done as it is. That's what's mind-blowing about it. Yeah, Mel is here. All right. Doris says, F money, give me that juicy game. Awesome. Doris says, want to guess how much millions this Kickstarter is going to fund for? I say 5+ million. Okay, so here's the thing. So I saw people talking about Kingdom of Death Monsters, one of their Kickstarters, their 1.5 edition, got 12 million raised, but that was a different economic time. There wasn't a global pandemic, and that game was hard to find. It was like, has a huge cult following. This, on the other hand, are people tired of it? Have people played through Gloomhaven and decided I've had enough? Are people tried Gloomhaven and said this is not for me? Because this is just more Gloomhaven. This is not like you're getting a whole drastically different game, really. There's some added complexities to it, some cool new mechanics, but the base game of it is just more Gloomhaven scenarios, same card play, different characters, but it's just tweaking on the same status elements we have, like road events, city events, all that stuff's there. Just there's more stuff with managing the town on top of it. So I'm curious if some people are just like, nah, not right now. Priorities, pandemic, right? A lot of people are out of work right now, laid off, staying at home, working from home. Maybe don't have the funds. Maybe they're fearful. Maybe they're watching their retirement funds drop, right? And the stock market take a hit. Dropping $100+ on a board game, maybe not the priority for you right now. And I totally understand that. So I'm curious how that's going to play into it. I would say if there was no pandemic right now, this game would probably get close to 8 to 10 million, probably. Just estimating, I have no idea. But I think with this, in the end of things, yeah, you might be right with the 5 to 6 million range maybe. But who knows? We could be totally wrong. Because here's the thing. This game is the second version of the On Board Game Geek the #1 overall ranked board game of all time on all of Board Game Geek, out of thousands and thousands of board games released all time, is the #1 thematic and #1 strategy. This game, if you look down here on the hotness list on the left, Frosthaven's #1 right now. Gloomhaven is #3. Gloomhaven came out in 2017 and is still the most active page basically on Board Game Geek. It just like people are just here asking rules questions, talking about things, getting the game. Just the hype is behind it. They're doing community scenarios, all that kind of stuff. And you wouldn't think this would be a #1 game. Like, it's pretty complex. It's pretty deep. It's pretty hardcore. And the fact that it's not like a general like Ticket to Ride Catan style game. It's not on every shelf and every Walmart and Target and those like your department stores and stuff. This is like a hardcore game. And yet it's #1 and like everyone knows what it is in the hobby. And it's the big elephant in the room on Kickstarter, right? You don't want to put your Kickstarter around this Kickstarter, because if people are spending only a certain amount on Kickstarter over the next few months, you know, Frosthaven may be the one you back, right? Because you know, if you've played Gloomhaven, you like it, you know you're getting more of that good stuff. So yeah, people are already rating it. 6.4, oh man, it's not that good. I'm not gonna back it now. It's somebody rated it not as good. Why are people rating this game? It's not even out yet. This is funny. I'm surprised they let them do that on Board Game Geek. Let's hit the F5 here. Refresh. Oh, we're still good. We're still good. Okay, so Rodnoff's talking about a crafting system. So let's talk. I did get sent a press little document from them, because they couldn't send me a press kit. So they sent me like a bunch of digital assets saying like, sorry, here you go. So let's see. I have it open here on my iPad. So there's a loot system. So here's some of the new mechanics in the game for those who are curious. There's a loot system, and I'm sure it'll talk about this on the Kickstarter page. We'll see how much they go in depth. So the loot system, each scenario has a loot deck section, which gives card counts for how to build a 20-card loot deck with a wide selection of loot cards. The majority of cards are usually money tokens, which are taken at random from a deck of cards with varying amounts of money on them, from 1 to 5. The loot deck will also consist of different combinations of building resources, like hide, metal, and wood, or herbs like snow thistle, rock root, arrow vine, axe nut, corpse cap, and flame fruit. Flame fruit, that's like the fruit you eat gives a heartburn, right? And a random item card. Okay, so basically instead of running around just picking up loot tokens and collecting them and hoarding them like I love to do in the game, you will pick them up and then draw from a random deck, and you might find the like one random rare item in the scenario. You might find the stuff you need to craft, improve your weapons, or build like a makeshift shield or a makeshift spear, or you can find the stuff you need to build buildings in the town of Gloomhaven. So another thing, actually, I want to show you guys this. Let's see if I got it here. Yeah, so this is the map. So if you guys know Gloomhaven, the first one, they had a board that you put stickers on where you go to locations. So this map on the screen here, the top of it up there, that is where you'll put the stickers. That's a map of Gloomhaven. This is double the size of the one in Gloomhaven. This is the Frosthaven map. But if you see the lower half of the map is going to be a little town, and the main things added to this game are all the stuff you're going to do between scenarios. So he's beefing up that aspect of the game. So there's 2 city decks, 2 city event decks, 2 road event decks. One for summer, one for winter. So they have seasons. We'll talk about that. I'm sure that's in here. But when you pick up coins, you're going to draw from the deck, and you could get stuff that could help you go to a building in town and craft. Or you could build a new building. Or when characters retire, they build new buildings. Like you could have a character that when you retire them, they go to Frosthaven and set up a shop. And now they're your alchemist, and they're making potions for you and stuff. I don't know if that's exactly what's going to happen, but just from hearing other previews and reading things, that's the kind of stuff that we'll see. But I could totally be wrong. But that's what they've said so far. Obviously, things can change in the final product, so who knows? Who knows? Gloomhaven is solo playable. I think there's some community rules to play it truly solo, but you basically have to play minimum 2 characters, I think. Yeah. So it's, Kaikran, K-Khan, sorry. K-Kron, I can't say that right, I'm sorry. But yeah, you have to play with at least 2 characters. There are solo scenarios. I have a solo scenario book. We played a couple of those on the channel, where we played for Mel and I's classes. Spoilers, of course. They're with not starter classes. But that's something I want to do. Go back with some of those starter classes and play some of the solo scenario book. That was a side add-on for Gloomhaven. So you play truly solo in those scenarios. They're about testing your knowledge on that class, and you have to be at level 5 at least. And then you get a special weapon that you can use in the main campaign, which is kind of neat. Okay, let's see what else they got here. We got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Super excited. I don't know if they ship worldwide, but it does say right here on the right side. Hold on. Right here. US friendly shipping, Canada friendly shipping, EU friendly shipping, something else friendly shipping, China friendly shipping, Australia friendly shipping. So there's all your friendly shipping logos. So that's, yeah, I don't know what that middle one is. I'm assuming that's the whole like Brexit separation thing going on there in the UK. So it's like UK friendly shipping, I think that says. It's really small. It's hard for me to tell. Sorry, guys. I think it's UK, Europe friendly shipping, China, Australia. So if you're in any of those countries, your shipping's covered. It's great. Yeah, I know from the flag it's Great Britain, but I just haven't been really paying attention to the whole that Brexit thing that happened and all this stuff. So, have I heard about Foreteller Games? Bernardo, is that like company that makes the app that like reads the game to you? Like it'll do the story reading, which I wish existed when we played through Gloomhaven the first time. But yeah, there's this app called the Foreteller app, which a bunch of companies are working with to get campaign games like this, all the text playable from an app. So you can be like, I'm on this scenario, and it'll read the like intro to you and the conclusion and all that stuff with voice actors and things. It's kind of neat. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Awesome. Yeah. So I am right. Yeah, Bernardo. Okay. Perfect. So 11 a.m. Eastern, the Kickstarter goes live. The link is in the description below this video for those who are curious. Let's refresh here. Maybe it'll launch early. Nope. All right, so let's see what else we got. Town building in this game. At the start of the game, players' town interactions are limited by what buildings are currently in the town. Players have option to build new buildings, upgrading the level of existing ones. However, by spending accumulated building resources, there are 4 buildings to start. The Craftsman. It allows you to convert hide, metal, and wood resources into items. These resources are required to make the item listed on the item card itself. And the item cards the craftsman can build is dependent on the level of craftsman building. The Alchemist building. This is what I read about earlier, which allows players to consume herbs blindly and create potions. Any 2 herbs chosen, and then the result discovered from a punch-out chart, like an advent calendar. Oh man, so you get the items together, the herbs together, and it sounds like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You just kind of like cook things together and see what happens. So you pop out an advent calendar and find out what you made from your herbs and stuff. The Workshop, which allows players to build specific adventuring improvements, such as a boat or a sled. By spending resources, these improvements are needed to access certain scenarios. That's awesome. I love this stuff. I always felt like the town stuff in the last one was kind of neat. You go back to the city, you upgrade, you buy things from the market. But this is like next level here. The Barracks, which provides the defense value for your town. During certain events, the town will be attacked, and its defense value will be compared to the strength of the attack, determined by the event. If it's not high enough, buildings could be damaged or lose levels. Oh, you can level up your buildings in the town. Other buildings that can be built are the logging camp, the mining camp, the hunting lodge, which provide resource income over time, and the walls of the city, which provide extra defense. Anytime a character retires, this also adds a new building option to the city depending on the personal quest completed. This provides a wealth of different ways to interact with the town. All that stuff sounds awesome. All that stuff sounds awesome. Oh, Foreteller app is free, but the modules you add in are not, which makes sense. The voice actors have to make their money, right? Bart, I'm not sure what it costs. I heard $100 US is the Frosthaven Kickstarter, obviously plus shipping. For the base pledge. That's what I've seen Isaac say on Twitter and that kind of thing, or in Board Game Geek. Yeah, there's a lot of followers following the channel that are subscribed just to get the notification. Wait till it hits social media and stuff, and then people are just like jumping on after that didn't set this reminder, right? So this is like a crazy. Still going up. Still not launched yet. It says 11 a.m. Let me check my email. I don't see anything about it. Could be delayed. Could take a minute. Let me know if it works for you. Yeah, still not launched for me. It says 11 a.m. on my clock here, but on my computer. Bernardo, take care. Going to work. Poor guy. Thanks for stopping in. All right. There's summer and winter. As players go through scenarios, they'll cycle through 2 different seasons of the game, summer and winter. The game starts at the beginning of summer, and each time the players return to town, i.e. anytime they complete a scenario and don't have to move to a linked one, time passes. When time passes 15 times, winter begins. After time passes 15 more times, they return to summer, and it repeats. The main difference between winter and summer are the event decks. Each set of road and city events have a separate winter and summer event deck. Summer events are on par with the events in Gloomhaven. City events are mostly good, while road events might incur some minor penalty. In contrast, winter events are much more severe. Enemies will attack the town, possibly damaging buildings, and road events could result in much more devastating penalties. By solving problems in the surrounding areas, pacifying hostile races, defeating dangerous creatures, players will remove some of the more dangerous cards from the winter decks, increasing their chances of surviving the winter. Man, that's awesome. Oh, I got an email. Hold on. Nope. Got an email from my daughter's teacher. Not a Frosthaven Kickstarter launch email, guys. It's, sorry, false alarm. Refreshing my email just to make sure. Nope. Still nothing. If anyone gets an email notification or anything, please let me know. I'll keep an eye on the chat. I'll try to refresh this page, but I don't think it launches like live. Yeah, still not ready. They're still working on something. Something's not working on the back end. They're like scared to hit the go button yet. So we'll just hang out until then. Puzzles. So this is a new mechanic. Puzzles. Similar to the town records in Gloomhaven, Frosthaven will have a small supplementary book aimed at providing extra lore and information on the world that players are exploring. The story will play out not just through completing scenarios, however, but also solving puzzles. The book will function similarly to an escape room game that will slowly be solved over the course of the entire campaign. Each page of the book will feature some puzzle whose solution can be found by discovering other elements of the game. For example, maybe puzzle hints about the specific colors or obstacle configuration of a scenario. And that information is then used to decipher a 2-digit number. This player then references the scenario book where, if it's correct, will provide a continuation of the story and access to the next page of the puzzle. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. And you know what this is going to lead to? Tons of people looking up solutions online, trying to figure this out. And it's just going to lead to more people clicking on the Frosthaven forums on Board Game Geek. And that game is going to stay hot for the whole time people are playing through it, trying to find out solutions to this answer. It's just going to create buzz and keep people chatting about it. So that's like a genius way to keep the game on the hotness list on BGG. That's what that says to me. New conditions. There are 2 new conditions in Frosthaven, as well as proliferation of the new condition. Oh, something about Forgotten Circles. I don't know what that means. But we have Regenerate. At the start of a figure's turn, they perform a heal 1 action. This condition is lost if the figure ever suffers damage. Regenerate triggers before Wound. Then there's Brittle. Next time a figure suffers damage, they suffer twice the damage and the condition is removed. Then there's Bane. At the end of a figure's next turn, the figure suffers 10 damage. This condition is removed if the figure is healed. The heal occurs normally. So those are just some new things that were in like a little press briefing thing that I was sent, which is pretty cool. I'm super excited about the puzzle. I'm super excited about the town stuff. I'm super excited about the crafting. I think all that stuff is awesome, especially if you're playing Animal Crossing right now, New Horizons on Switch, like some people I know are, but not me. I wouldn't play that game. Just kidding. Of course I'm playing it. This is awesome. But yeah, the crafting in that, so it kind of reminds me of that too, or in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm kind of excited to have that added to a board game. Let's see here. It's live. Oh my God, Janet, thank you. It's live. Okay, here we go. $0 Canadian. Okay, it's Canadian, by the way, on my screen, guys. Don't freak out. I don't know if I can change it to US dollars for people who care to track, but look at it go. All right, so what do we got here? Let's see. You can support without a reward. It's saying to do $10, but I think you can put $1 in there and you're fine. Oh, here we go. Here's the $1. Slay and Ooze. So what I have to look for is any limited ones first. Okay, there's none that say limited to like 500 backers or anything. So you can get $1, you can slay an ooze, you get access to the pledge manager after the Kickstarter is over. So if you just want to donate $1, you'll get the email notifications, you'll get updates and all that stuff, and then you'll have access to the manager after. If you can't afford it right now, but you might be able to afford it in a couple months, or you want to see how this plays out, that's a good way to do it. Because one thing I know, if you try to late back a game after the Kickstarter is fully closed, you will not get updates to your email and stuff. You are like kind of left out in the dark. You fall out of the Kickstarter system. So I made that mistake before. So if you can, back at the $1 pledge. If you're thinking of late backing later, it's better to do the $1 pledge thing, I think. Pledge $30 or more, aka 43 Canadian, retailer pledge. I'm not a retailer. But there you go. Now you know how much retailers are going to pay for the game and then charge you on top of that. Pledge US 100 or more. All right. So this is Frosthaven. This gets you the main box and all the goodies inside, goodness inside. Shipping's not included for this price. See the shipping section for details. And March of 2021. So he's hoping to have this game out in a year. Frosthaven bundle for $145, aka $200 Canadian. But let's see. This gets you the main Frosthaven box plus the Frosthaven solo scenarios. Oh, I want to do that. Okay, I'm doing the solo scenarios. That's for sure. The Frosthaven removable stickers and the foreteller narration. There you go, to enhance your experience. There you go. There's that foreteller stuff we were just talking about. So right now, this is where I'm backing, but I totally understand if you don't want to back there. If you're not a solo gamer, you don't care about that. You'll be able to play the base game solo too. There's no way. Even if they didn't include solo stuff, the community would come up with a way to play it solo. Because it is a co-op game, right? So enhance your experience. See the pledge to. Why does it keep doing that? I hate that. The little hover over thing. Pledge 240 or more. Frosthaven bundle plus organizer and coins. This gets you everything from the previous tier, plus the Frosthaven organizer from Broken Token and a set of 60 metal coins to enhance your experience even further. See the pledge tier section for details. Okay, let's look at what this is all about here. Cross 1K. Yeah, that's nuts. Let's see what it's at. Look at this. Look at this. Over $250,000. Just flying. Just flying. This is Canadian too. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I could have switched my VPN or something to go through the US, but let's see here. So welcome to Frosthaven, the only outpost in the harsh northern region of the world, is on the brink of destruction, harried by vicious, mysterious threats on all sides. Frosthaven would need great warriors and leaders to survive the coming winter. Unfortunately, all it has is you, a group of haunted warriors with nowhere left to go. Can you fight back the invaders and build a thriving community, or will the Frost claim it all? 1 to 4 players, yes, see that 1 player in there, I like to see that. 30 minutes per player, don't believe it, because that's not including setup time. And 14 plus difficulty. Frosthaven has a standalone campaign in the Gloomhaven world featuring the same award-winning gameplay alongside. This is the image that they're hitting here is pretty low res. It's pretty low res. It's very blurry. But I am kind of zoomed in on the page for video purposes. But let's see. With some new twists centering around resource gathering and town building, characters from Gloomhaven, Forgotten Circles, and the upcoming Jaws of Lion are fully playable in this game. That is awesome. That is awesome. So if you're in the middle of Gloomhaven and you're not finished, supposedly you can bring them into this. I don't know if you can bring them in if they're in the middle of Gloomhaven or not, or if there have to be like brand new characters created in Frosthaven. It's probably the latter, but they can't include all the sheets and stuff in this. So I would think you still bring the sheets and everything from the other game. So maybe you could just jump into this. Wouldn't that be crazy if you could be playing Gloomhaven, your friend playing Gloomhaven, your other friends playing Forgotten Circles, and they separate from their gaming groups, join you in the middle of your Frosthaven campaign, and bring their characters along and play with you. Like that. If that works, that seamless, that man, that effort is so great. Like that works so good for me when friends can only play so often, and I might want to play more than them, or Mel and I might want to play more. That sounds amazing. So your components, there's that map board, there's the rule book. Oh boy, with revised core rules. So hopefully they implemented a lot of stuff from that ginormous FAQ for this game, for Gloomhaven. There's your puzzle book, your scenario books. One with the introductions for all 100 plus scenarios and another providing sections of additional hidden information. So they're doing it properly, because normally Gloomhaven, it didn't hide stuff from you. Everything was in that book, so you could kind of see ahead. This is cool. So they're going to have kind of like a book of secrets, I guess, like other games use possibly, where it'll tell you once you're done beating it, go back to this other book to read the conclusion. That's games have advanced, and that's how most games do it nowadays, which I think is great. So it keeps stuff away from wandering eyes. Vince went all in. The organizer, I'm not sure. I've never really put together a broken token organizer, but I do not envy that putting those little wooden organizers together. And then I always worry about when expansions come and your organizer doesn't really fit everything at that point, and then you have to buy something else. I don't mind just using the makeshift, like, do-it-yourself kind of organizers. I've done that for a lot of games, buy like fishing tackle boxes and little things from like Hobby Lobbies or Michael's and stuff, the little craft store things to store little components, and use card deck boxes and those kind of things just to store it myself. But I mean, if it's done right, it doesn't delay the delivery of the game, that might be a good thing to get. Mel, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the chat. If you want to drop in, what would you back? Should I go all in? It's 341 bucks. I don't think I want to do that because I don't need the organizer. And the metal coins, you could definitely buy that separately in the backer kit after, for sure. So what I would do is probably back at a lower tier, and if I want to add that stuff in later, I would add it in later, because I want to see more about it. But we'll keep looking here. But yeah, I like the idea of the narration stuff and the solo scenarios included. Like, I think that's a good pledge tier to back at. So you get some minis. Here's your 6 starting classes, so no spoilers obviously, because those are the starting ones. And they've made a nice spoiler-free image here, so it doesn't show you even the symbols of the extra classes. But these other classes you unlock while you play, so it's pretty cool. Starting character minis. So you get some ability cards. Here's what you get in a box for a character. You get their little add-on deck that you upgrade their attack modifier deck. And here's your ability cards for that class. And then a whole bunch that you unlock as you level them up. 30 plus double-sided map tiles. So all new map tiles related to the winter north kind of icy water theme of the new setting. Sorry, new setting. Oh, its goal was 500,000, eh? They did a higher goal. That's good. I didn't even look at that. So yeah, so for me it's higher, obviously it's Canadian. Okay. So they're about to hit it, and that's insane. I hate companies that do like that 10K level, and even when they hit it, they cancel the Kickstarter if they don't get enough money, because that's like a bullshit like minimum they need. They're just doing it for like marketing purposes. I hate Kickstarters that do that. That needs to die. That needs to just go away in the industry. Put the real amount you need to run your project properly. Don't lie to your customers. That's stupid. So you get a whole bunch of plastic stands that are going to destroy the coating and the art on the front of your tokens as you keep putting them in and removing them. Hopefully they're not as tight and don't pinch like the last ones did. Same kind of monster stuff. There's your treasure deck, your loot cards. Oh man, random dungeon cards, modifier stuff, bunch of item cards, 200 plus item cards, personal quest stuff, same as the first one. Here's your 160 event cards. So you have summer and winter of your event decks, which is awesome. Battle goals are still there. Love that. Your hit point dials. Hopefully these are a little tighter and don't roll and like the other ones did and make it hard. As soon as you pick it up, it like spins and you don't know what you have on the dials. That's what ours were doing. I heard a lot of people say they're kind of loose. But yeah, it'd be better if they came up with a different solution for that. But yeah, the dials are fine. Element board's the same. Sealed envelopes hiding all goodies for you. There's your sticker sheets. Look at 250 tokens. This is why you need a storage solution. This is disgusting. So many little tokens. Add-ons. Add-ons will ship to backers in 2 separate waves. The first set, colored red, will ship in July 2020. Oh. Okay, hold on. Add-ons will ship to backers in 2 separate waves. The first set, colored red, will ship in July 2020. So that's wave 2, I guess. The second set, colored blue, will ship when the core Frosthaven box ships in March 2021. So you'll supposedly get the base game in March and you can start playing. But the certain add-ons will come later. So if you buy Gloomhaven, and that looks like it's colored red, you don't get your copy of Gloomhaven until later. Which kind of sucks if you were planning on playing Gloomhaven first. So that's weird. I don't know if I buy Gloomhaven through this then. Same with Forgotten Circles, which is an expansion for Gloomhaven. It's like 22-ish extra scenarios. But these are just add-ons, so you have to spend extra money on top of your pledge for these. So $100 for the Gloomhaven box, $30, and these will affect your shipping costs. That's another thing that they do not tell you in Kickstarters. You start adding these add-ons, and that will increase your shipping usually. So that's where people get shocked later in a couple months where their backer kit tells them, and it's like, boom, $70 for shipping. What? It's because you've added in another Gloomhaven 20-pound box, and you've added in other stuff, which will like double your shipping costs and things like that. So be careful. If you can just go get Gloomhaven at your local retailer, obviously not right now if they're closed, but if you can get it locally instead and support your friendly local game store, that'd probably be a better way to get that game, because you will pay the shipping later. So do not think it's straight $100. That's another thing to be real here. Like that's what happens. You can get some early access to Gloomhaven Digital. You can get this on sale sometimes on Steam. Set it on your wish list, but you can also pay $18 for it just to get access to it here. The solo scenarios from Gloomhaven. If you don't have these for Gloomhaven, there they are. That's how you can get them. You can also get them on the Board Game Geek store, but I know that's shut down right now because of COVID, so you can't order it from there. But that's where I got mine. The removable sticker sheet. If you, for some reason, want to reset your copy of Gloomhaven and do it again, you can spend $10 and I'm assuming multiple hours and multiple days trying to unsticker everything and reset it. Removable sticker sheet for Forgotten Circles. And metal coins. Yeah, see, $20 metal coins. You can buy them separate. So I probably would just do that. Buy that separately. And what's this? Metal pin set. So I've seen this at conventions. They've had these at conventions for sale. Oh, red is earlier. I'm reading it wrong. But then why is blue? Blue says March 2021. Sorry, July 2020. I'm thinking it's next year. It's this year. Sorry. Totally wrong. Thank you in the chat. Sorry. I was like, why is this backwards? But I brain fart there. It's not 2021. It says 2020. So that makes sense. That makes so much more sense now. Thank you. So Gloomhaven you'll get in a few months if you back this. Same with Forgotten Circles. Same with access to Gloomhaven Digital, which I played. It's really awesome. They've been adding new updates to it lately. I want to get back to streaming that on the channel soon. The solo book. There's another way to get it. Early sticker sheet, early metal coins. The metal coins will come early, so you can use them with Gloomhaven. But these are the metal coins for Gloomhaven, not the Frosthaven ones. I don't know, because the bag says Gloomhaven on it. Is that different from the Frosthaven bag? We'll see, I'm sure. So you can add on more copies of Frosthaven, which will come later. The solo scenarios for Frosthaven, 16. Yeah, it's the same as the scenarios for Gloomhaven. It's just 16 scenarios, one for each class. And if it's same as Gloomhaven, you have to have at least level 5 to even attempt it to get the item for your character. So they're not something you can just pull out and start playing with. There's something that you, in the middle of the campaign, you just kind of do on the side. Which I was kind of like, I was surprised by it, but it's interesting. It's a neat way to do it, I guess. It's just a way to challenge your knowledge of your character. Removable sticker sheet. There's your foreteller app to read the narration for you, which works with Gloomhaven. So I don't know if this is just getting access to the Frosthaven. Get professionally produced audio for your campaign. Have all the Frosthaven story text read to you by voice industry veterans. All 100 plus scenarios. See the foreteller narration section below for samples. So I think this is $15 just to get the Frosthaven set. The Gloomhaven's probably separate. I would assume so. There's your wooden organizer. Now see, that looks awesome. That looks freaking awesome. But $80? $80? See, that's why I don't buy those. I know they're worth it if like it saves you time, but you do have to spend time putting that thing together. And yeah. Personally, I would just go buy a couple cheap tackle boxes, and I'd get some deck boxes and just store it all that way. But that's me. I'd rather save the money and spend it on more games and more expansions and stuff rather than storage. But that's just the way I am. And also I have a spare table. I am lucky. I put out a spare folding table while we're playing through Gloomhaven and literally keep everything spread out on it and then transfer it to our filming table and back. So I don't need to keep putting it away and taking it out every time we want to play it. I literally left Gloomhaven. The only time I put Gloomhaven away when we were playing it was when we moved houses. Was the only time I looked at it, was like, oh crap, I have to put this away. And then as soon as we got to the new house, put out a table, spread it all out on it, and it's just there like a buffet. So that's my solution for it. So I really don't care if it's super quick and organized, but I totally understand why somebody would pay for this. I totally understand. I'm not knocking it. It's just for me, I only have limited funds. I'm doing this YouTube thing full time. I just can't justify spending $80, more than most games that I buy, on cardboard or on wood to store my Frosthaven. That's me though. That's just me being real. But not knocking anyone who does it. All right, let's see. The estimated shipping further below on the Kickstarter page. We'll get there. Hello, Rob's gaming computer screen. Let's see. Plastic bags and chuck them in the box. Yes, Billy. Billy knows. Billy knows. Yes, plastic bags. That's another one. I wish I brought my Gloomhaven storage solution. I did a mix mash of other do-it-yourself storage solutions that I found on the internet. Like I used a filing folder, like a accordion folder, a nice plastic one I got for like $10 that I store all the tiles in alphabetically. So I can quickly grab the tiles needed for a scenario. Works super great. It just doesn't get stored in the base box because it's kind of too big for all the other stuff in it. And then I have three storage organizers that are used for sorting like nails or jewelry or whatever. They're like little tackle box kind of containers that you can change the size of each storage tray inside or whatever. And then I have a paper labeling which is in which section. It took a bit of time to come up with that solution and do it all by myself, but the cost was like nothing. It was so cheap. So cheap, and it still worked quick in getting the game set up fast, and all I was trying to do was for functionality to get the game set up fast. So this does achieve that, but for 80 bucks. But it's like, hey, it looks nice, but you do have to put that all together. I'm tempted to buy those metal coins, like a nice, yeah, I love metal coins. I'm definitely buying those, that's for sure. They look nice on video too, that's the other thing why I like them. Yep, Kevin says tackle boxes or DVG deep counter trays. I do understand if you have to pack it away after every play. Yeah, exactly. DVG deep counter for the win. Oh, I'm looking that up actually. Let's see here. DVG deep counter tray. See if I can get that over here. You guys see that? Oh, I have these. I just ordered these actually from a GMT. GMT, the gaming company. I went on. They had decent shipping to Canada and not bad rates. I bought a stack of like 10 of these or something. Here, let's go. GMT trays. Counter trays. Oh, you get a pack of 10. Yeah, right here. So I bought these. They're 20 bucks US and the shipping was decent. And I use them for sword and sorcery, but I have extras. I'll probably just use these for Gloomhaven and Frosthaven going forward because I have extras. But they're little trays meant for like wargaming. They're very nice. And they have a nice clear lid on them. And yeah, they work great. They work great. Nice shout, Kevin. Yeah, good. Thanks for the reminder on that one. I like that. Very down with that. Let's see here. So let me just get the chat back up on the screen. Spencer says, haven't played Gloomhaven, but the stream is hyping me into backing Frosthaven and buying Gloomhaven. Spencer, if you like tactical, like build the map, little tactical combat, puzzle solving kind of games, like trying to figure out what cards to play on your turn, how many spaces to move, what attacks to use, whether you rest, whether you attack, whether you're playing with other players, like this game does that very well. And if you like a little story layered on top and a little city building and the legacy aspects of stickers and opening up envelopes and finding new character classes hidden in boxes and stuff, this game meshes all that stuff together very well. It's very unique. The gameplay is so unique, and that's what hooked me on it. I love that upgrading cards, adding new cards to my options to put in my character deck. The greatest part is like spending cash you're earning to put stickers on it to make those cards even better as you level up. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Spencer, go watch some reviews. Go watch some playthroughs of Gloomhaven because Frosthaven is just more of that. There's even previews of Gloomhaven, some preview playthroughs that I'm sure we'll see on this page that you can probably watch this game being played and get a better sense of it. But yeah, it's the granddaddy. It's #1 on Board Game Geek for a reason for years now. You get a lot in the box for $100 US. Like you get, if you like the type of game, you will get so much value, so many hours out of it. But if you don't really like Gloomhaven or that kind of style of combat and anything about the game, you're not going to want to play like, 70 scenarios of it or 60 scenarios to get through the story, let alone all the side quests and stuff. Like you're not going to want to play 200 plus hours of this game if you're not having a good time. So Somebody will buy your copy off you, I'm sure, but I just don't know to tell you. If you're not into this kind of game, then walk away. It's a lot of money, but you get a lot for your money. And it's not just, you're not like some games just paying for like a handful of scenarios, and the reason you're paying $100 is because it's like jammed full of minis. This, you only get minis for the base characters. All the enemies are cardboard standees, which I'm totally okay with. I don't paint minis, so I'm fine with that. And that does bring the cost down. But it is literally like a 20-pound box is the game. When you get it, it's 20 pounds, this thing, or like 15 to 20 pounds. And it's full of stuff in there. Like 100 plus scenarios, 16 different character classes. Man, it's insane. Tons of stuff you get for it. But you have to like Gloomhaven, and it is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. You have to be okay playing the same game over and over again, like a legacy style, because that's what this is, or a campaign. And if you're not into it, then walk away. It's not something you just pull out and try with a bunch of buddies. Like, anytime we've had a new player join us, they had to come over and spend like 2 hours teaching the game, pulling out a character, all the different character classes that are available, spreading them out on the table, showing them to our friends, explaining how the game works. Then, once they understand how the game works, then they have to decide which class they want to go with based on their play style. And then they have to make some choices like naming it and which upgrades they want to pick and stuff like that, and what they want to purchase with their money. It's a little bit of a setup to get them to the table. But once they're into it, then they come back and play multiple times. And you just play over like months or years or whatever. That's what this game's designed to do. So Frosthaven, you can add on extra. Oh, there's the bundle. Oh, here's the pledge tier, sorry. So that you get $100, it's just the base game. $145. You get the removable sticker sheet, solo scenario, and the foreteller stuff. I might just back at the 100 and add stuff later after the fact, because I don't want the removable sticker stuff. I do not care. That's a waste of my time. I will play through the game, and I will still have more to play through in the game. I will never want to remove everything and start over, because you can play the scenarios casually after the fact. So after you've added stickers to upgrade your cards and have your characters all beefed out, you can go back and play other scenarios not in the campaign mode and just try stuff out. So there's like way too much game here. If I ever were finished the game and were like, I want to start it over, I would not reset it with a sticker pack. I would probably spend another $100 and buy the game again. So that I could just start from scratch and get into it. But that's me. That's me. I don't know. But some people like to buy these removable sticker sheets and they play it so much and then reset it and play with a different group. That's cool, but that's not for me. So I probably wouldn't get this bundle just because it's got junk in there I don't need. And I'm being honest. You can hate on me all you want, but that's the truth I speak here. All right. Oh, but that does look good. Look at this $240 bundle. Oh, you get a cell phone too. No, I'm just joking. There's no cell phone. You get the broken token, the metal kit. New to Kickstarter. Here's the risks. So I've never used Kickstarter before. It's not a problem. The number of people pledging on the board game project on Kickstarter seems to be getting larger all the time, and we're happy to have you on board. So they assume new people are coming to this. So you look through all the banners at the top right of this page, click on the reward level you'd like to receive, choose which country you're in, and click continue. Finish filling out your information on the subsequent page, click pledge, and you're done. Welcome to the party. Gameplay. Core gameplay of Frosthaven is very similar to Gloomhaven. You'll form a party of mercenaries with your friends and head out into the northern coast and fighting through numerous scenarios and expansive campaigns spanning over 100 scenarios. There's that juicy map art. And this is like a foldable board you get in the game, and you're putting stickers on this like legacy style, and then the bottom is your town. You're putting new buildings and stuff you'll do between scenarios when you go back to town, as we were reading through before. And every time you play, 2 cards on your turn is talking about the gameplay. You pick the top of one card, the bottom of another, and that's what you do. And your leading card is your initiative, that little number in the middle of the card. I've played lots of Gloomhaven. I remember this stuff. It's been a while, but still remember this stuff. So if you're curious, go read the page. I'm not going to go over basic Gloomhaven stuff. There's lots of videos out there that'll teach you how to play Gloomhaven and let you understand the base of this game. But yes, if you go watch and research Gloomhaven and you like that, you will like this. But if you research Gloomhaven and it's not for you, don't back Frosthaven. You're not going to be into this game at all if it doesn't tickle your fancy. So there's the loot deck. I'm excited for this. I love loot in games, and I'm excited to be crafting and building buildings in my town using the loot I get in the scenario. I love that little bit extra layer on there. And there's your buildings. Oh man, look at that. Got the stickers slapping down there. You're upgrading your wall and stuff. Oh man, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait to play this on stream. I cannot wait till March 2021. Subscribe. Stay tuned for the playthroughs. See you in a year. Let's see. You'll cycle through the seasons, the summer and winter. We talked about that earlier. Awesome. The puzzles, we talked about it earlier. For more information on what's new, check out this video. I'm a little scared clicking on some videos though, because I don't want spoilery stuff. So there's lots of videos on here. You guys can watch those on your own. I'm not going to play them here, I don't think. Tabletop Simulator. Oh. You may not have the physical copy of Frosthaven yet, but that shouldn't stop you from having some fun with it. We have all 6 starting classes and 3 demo scenarios implemented on Tabletop Simulator. Dive into it now by clicking this image. So there you go. How do we... It's not working. Sure. Doesn't work. They lied. It's not going anywhere for me. All right. Day 1 puzzle. Oh, here's puzzles for you to kill some time. They're going to do puzzles every day. Oh, that's cool. It's cool for the hardcores. I like that. That's neat. Characters. Here's some of the new character classes. You can read about those in here. Man, this is I'm only like halfway down the page. This is crazy. Oh, here's your preview videos. I watched this one, the 12-minute one. I watched that. That's the one from a month ago I was talking about earlier. That kind of tells you he's still going to be working on it for 6 to 8 months and hopefully done by then. And here's a live Q&A on gaming rules with Paul. They go over some cards and stuff. I watched some of that. Frosthaven review. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a review when the game's not even out yet, but a preview would be cool. Yeah. Or maybe it's a review of the demo kit if they played through it, but that's kind of neat. You can watch a board game preview here. I don't know if these Tantrum guys actually have ever played Gloomhaven, to be honest. It doesn't seem like their level of game, but obviously they have a video about it. Fellow Canadian Board Game Coffee here. He does a nice, funny preview. Kind of in the shut up and sit down / no pun included style. He's done his own version of that. Same style of video, doing a preview of it. Nice production quality on that one. And some funny humor. Rado's got his playthrough. Oh, this is just Rado's comments. Oh, here's his playthrough right here. So Rado plays with the Blink Blade and Drifter class. So lots of videos for you guys to watch to decide if you want to back it. I'll watch some of these later probably. But I know I'm already backing it, so I don't really want spoilers or anything. I'd rather experience the game kind of fresh later when I play through it on the channel. So I don't want to be skewed and like get too much information up front. But they've told me enough I need to know what the changes are. The stuff I read through earlier is all I need to know to back the game. Because I've played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Gloomhaven and I want more, so I'm good. Playthrough of Frosthaven, there you go. Lots of stuff there, lots of stuff. Here we go, shipping. It's not included. Please note that shipping is not included in the prices. Shipping will charge in the pledge manner based on what you buy and where you live. Below is an estimated shipping cost chart. So we got Canada and US are about the same. So I'm going to pay about $28 US. So like, what is that? It's $28 US. So I'm going to be paying like $40 Canadian just for like a base shipping on that. That's kind of crazy. So they tell you save like $60 buying it on here, but then you pay that back. 40 of that in shipping for me is like I'm getting a $20 discount versus waiting for retail for this. The sad part in Canada, a lot of Kickstarters arrive after they arrive to retailers around my area. It's crazy. Like a lot of retailers will get their copies and I'll see it on shelves before my Kickstarter arrives a lot of the times. And it's just like, that's why I don't back a lot of Kickstarters. That just like frustrates me. And I'd rather support my local game store at that point. So the Frosthaven organizer, that's going to cost you a little bit extra, another $15 on your shipping. So see, that $80 add-on organizer is going to cost you $15 extra. It's a $95 US add-on. No thank you. No thank you. All the power to people who want it, but for me, I can't justify, I have to justify spending $95 on a game sometimes. I'm not going to spend it on an organizer. $10 shipping to add the coins on or the stickers and stuff. Yeah, that's rough. That is super rough. Wow. And then Frosthaven bundle plus organizer metal coins. Okay, there's your all in for the whole if you buy all the heavy stuff together. But of course, if you start adding in a copy of Gloomhaven, another copy of Frosthaven, all that's going to jump this up. You're going to be paying like $100 in shipping if you get both Gloomhaven and Frosthaven together and all the add-ons. Like, that's crazy. Oh, here's your timeline. See, I should have looked at this first. This makes more sense. Kickstarter ends, Pledge Manager opens. So July 2020. So Pledge Manager opens in May. So in May is where you'll have to make the decision for your shipping cost, adding anything on. So if you're backing for $1 right now, or you're just backing at a lower tier, and you want to add on later, in May is when you'll have to pay those extra funds if you add on more stuff. And then in October 2020, they'll upload files to the printer. November 2020, assuming the world's not still shut down, they will be producing it in November. January 2021, the shipping will begin to fulfillment centers. And then February 2021, they'll start shipping out to backers. And they suppose it'll be all completed by March. Every Kickstarter, you need to add 3 to 6 months on all these timelines, especially with a global pandemic. This is so... It's weird they're like, don't have asterisks here saying like, this is totally could change. Because who knows what the governments will decide to do, right? Like what happens if they just decide in the US, close the border to all Chinese shipping? Then what do you do? What do you do then? What do you do then? And more info for the retailers, foreteller narration. Here's a taste of what the narration's like, if you want to add that on to your pledge. There's the $1 tier. They put the $1 tier stuff right at the bottom because they don't want you doing that. And here's about the designers, the illustrators, map tile art, cartography. That's cool. And how to follow all their stuff. And the avatars. You can add some avatars on your social media and stuff. And the risk and challenges section. So that's it. That's it. Let's see. Let's refresh. Oh, sorry, Edgar. I didn't check the last line there. One sec. What's your shipping price? Rest of world, 55. Ugh, that's gross. Look, if you want to get all in, $90. You pay basically the cost of the game. You're paying in shipping for all that stuff. See, I can't justify that. That's crazy. I wouldn't be able to do it, Edgar. I wouldn't be able to do that. I would just wait for it to show up at a retailer, even if I had to wait a few months. That's honestly what I would do at that point. Support your local game store and not FedEx. Kate forgot this was today. I'm glad I could remind you. I didn't forget. I've been looking forward to this for like months now. Ever since it was announced in November at PAX Unplugged, I was super upset I didn't go to PAX. I canceled last minute. I had a press badge. I was working on hotels, and I just decided I'm not going to PAX Unplugged this year. And then this got announced there, and I was so upset. So upset I wasn't there to get some footage, have some fun, talk about it, try the demo and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been regretting that for sure. Do I have an idea about taxes? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about taxes. Maybe drop something in the comments. If you back for $1, you can comment on it and kind of ask questions. Or maybe ask on their Facebook or their Twitter or something. So yeah, here's the comments. Look at this. 1.7 million Canadian dollars, which is crazy. So we're going to back it. But what I'm going to do, let's see here. So what I'm going to back, I'm going to back the lower tier and just add stuff on in the Pledge Manager later, because I don't want the removable stickers. I don't like being forced into bundles like that. I want to pick and choose what I want, and you could do that later in the backer thing. So I will do, let's see. Yeah, I'll add on the solo seat. I don't want the removable stickers. I don't want to be forced into paying for that. So I will just back at the $100 then. And I will add in the solo scenarios. I'll add in metal coins later. Yep, I'll just add it in later. And the foreteller stuff, I'll probably add that in later too, when the backer kit opens. Yeah, that's how I feel. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts? What are you guys doing? Yeah, if I can figure out Tabletop Simulator, maybe I'll do some of that on the channel. Because I've never really messed with Tabletop Simulator. I like the feeling and the tactileness of actually playing physical board games. So but I do play digital board games, so I'm kind of a hypocrite. But Tabletop Simulator, you have to know the rules well, which is fine. It just gives you like the bits physically on a table using like a physics engine, which is super neat. So I'll probably do that. Let's see. Yeah, Kevin's saying, I think I'm starting to... He says he doesn't need the reusable stickers, he's thinking. Never bothered putting them on the board. Yeah. Why buy the reusable stickers? You'll be able to get them later if you really need them. I think it's silly. part of the fun of this is it's like a legacy game. We just finished Clank Legacy, and that game touts itself right in the front page of the rules that you get a cool version of Clank finished when you're done that is totally customized with custom cards and board and all that stuff when you're done playing it. That's what this is like. This, you will customize cards, you'll level up characters, you'll retire characters, you'll put stickers all over your board, and then it's your custom version of Gloomhaven after. And if you're done all the scenarios, which I doubt anyone ever really does, you can always go back and replay them. There's random scenarios. And they're saying you can use your characters from other games in this. So you can go grab your characters from Gloomhaven, your characters from Jaws of the Lion, which is a more entry-level version of a mass market version of Gloomhaven that's coming out later this year. You'll be able to use characters from that in there. So there's like so much to do. And at that point, if you want to play again, go buy another copy of Frosthaven and just start playing it through. Like, I wouldn't want to play the whole removable sticker game. That's just me. But yeah, I'm just going to back of the base one. So what I'm going to do, let me just switch to another screen here. So if I type in my credit card info on the screen, you guys don't see it. Let's see if this works. Yeah, see there, you guys get a different screen. Okay, let me, actually I can probably pull it out into another, yeah, let's pull it out to another window. Okay, so I'm going to do the $100 pledge. And it's going to ask me about payment info. Yeah, extra $41 because I'm in Canada. You crazy guys. All right, let me type some credit card stuff in here. Exciting part of the stream, I know. As I'm but yeah, I'm in. I'm so excited for the extra town stuff. I think that's super cool. I know some players don't like the setup and teardown of the game and all the middle bookkeeping and things, but I love that. And I love the whole cool escape roomy puzzle thing they're adding to it that you won't even solve till you're like played through all three races story elements. So they said there's roughly 60 scenarios that are to the base story, but then there's like 3 stories within that, one for each class. So I'm assuming it's like roughly 20 scenarios for each class, and it's your choice how you wanna weave in and out of those. So I picture that. Yeah, there's tons of gameplay there, tons and tons of gameplay. I forget what I was trying to say with that one. Brain fart. Okay, anyways, let's see here. Oh yeah, sorry. You got to play through all 3 of those classes to solve that riddle. Or all 3 of those race sub-stories to get all the clues and stuff you need, which is kind of neat. So it like kind of rewards you for the long-term commitment. I like that. Let's see here. Bear with me, bear with me. I also can't see the chat right now. I'm sorry, guys. With my wife working from home, I had to lend her some monitors, so I'm working on less monitors than I normally have for my setup here. All right. Let's see. Remember this card for future pledges. No, you can't have my credit card info stored in your database. No. Boom, we did it. Throw this back over here and all right, there we go. Oh, look, Isaac himself is thanking me right there. Feels so personal. Your $100 pledge brings this project one step closer to becoming a reality. Yeah, it's a reality. We all know it is. And I'm not going to post about it. That's okay. You guys can see me on video backing it. Let's go back. How do we get back to that project? You can also change your pledge through the whole 31 days the pledge or the thing is going. Oh, look, it recommends this project for me. 279% funded. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in chat here. Let's see. I want thoughts. Stephen Brewer says, what does the kill the ooze for every $1 pledge mean? Yeah, I didn't really read through that. Let's find out. Let's get down to the bottom here. It was talking about that. Is it some kind of like mini game? Where was that? Okay, sorry guys, let's kill the ooze. I'm no stranger to slaying rats, destroying skeletons, building buildings, and defacing board game components to horror and commemorate my wonderful Kickstarter supporters. This time around, we need to get serious and set our sights on one of the most hated enemies of all time, the ooze. I didn't have a problem with the ooze, but I hear it on social media a lot, and in the forums, people complain about that enemy in Gloomhaven as like the worst enemy in a game ever, because they like force you to lose scenarios. They're super difficult. But I think once you understand how the ooze works, like they're super easy. They're not a problem. For everyone who pledges at the $1 level or adds $1 to their pledge, we'll kill an ooze, slime, or some other sort of sentient, gelatinous object in your glorious name. This will be caught on camera, of course, for you to marvel and cherish for years to come, relating the tale to your children and grandchildren of how you caused the ooze to die. I don't know what that means. Is he going to do some video where like he has a whole bunch of cardboard oozes and he's just going to set them on fire or something? I don't know what that means. Or is there a way they get the ooze out of the second game? But I saw in an interview, he said the ooze are still a thing. Like they're not removed from the game of Frosthaven at all. To kill the ooze, I'd say it's worth it, Steven. Rodnoff says, means Isaac will don a suit, climb down the Gloomhaven sewers, and you know. Matuja's asking when New Age is. I'm not sure yet. Probably in a week or two, probably 2 weeks from now, I think we'll start Aeon's End New Age playthrough on the channel. We're just going to step aside, do some other games first before we jump back into another campaign game. So, which shout out to our stream happening this Saturday for This War of Mine. We're going to try that game from scratch, going in kind of blind. Learn it on stream, as the rulebook says you're supposed to do, is learn it as you play it. So I want to see how that works and get my feedback on that, and give my feedback on that, sorry, and play through that awesome looking game. I can't wait to play that game. So Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be playing through Awaken Realms, This War of Mine on Saturday. And then eventually we'll get to New Age. But yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, ask questions there, guys, in the chat. We'll just sit and chill for a bit and chat. Well, I've already placed my pledge. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this, and you know. Let's see, what else can we look at? So they got like the starting classes here. They have like images. These are all on the main page, but there's some like higher res images of them. They look cool. You can read about their stories and stuff if you're really into the lore, which is neat. You know, we should put up the main. Let's just watch the money roll in here. Can I change it to US? How do I change it to US? I don't think I can. All right, let's see here. Isaac smashing Jello cups. Yeah, I could see that. Kate thinks it might be able to use the vinyl / replacement stickers for some of my tabletop RPGs. I could see that. That could work. Matush says, This War of Mine's an awesome game. Yeah, I saw Matush, you got it for your birthday. That's awesome. Timing is good on that. Yeah, won our Patreon poll. We were placing an order on Patreon. We try to place a monthly board game order using the funds we get from Patreon to help offset the cost of adding games to the collection and playing them on the channel. And we did a poll on all the games we had on our wish list and games that the viewers like you guys were recommending, and this War of Mine won the whole thing, so we definitely ordered a copy of that right away. So look for that soon. Let's see here. Ahmed says, had to go for 145 but don't know exactly what are the difference. So you went for 145. So you're going to get the solo scenario book, which I'm going to buy later. It comes with 12 scenarios in it, or 16 scenarios in it. You can't play them right away. There is one in there for each class. Do not turn into later pages in the book because you will be spoiled on the classes that are hidden in these boxes right here. What this is for is you put those solo scenarios to the side. This is how it works in Gloomhaven though. I don't know if it's 100% the same in Frosthaven, but when you take one of your classes to level 5 or higher, you are able to then go on the side and do a solo scenario, which tests you on playing with just your specific class. And they set up a special scenario that'll see how good you understand your class, and it'll test you on the specific aspects of that class. If you beat it, they give you a specific item card that you now have that's specific to your class that you then now can use in the campaign going forward. So they're just like little side quests. Think of it like that. And you may not play through them all if you never unlock certain classes, because you can only you can't just do them all 16 with one class. They're meant I guess you could do whatever the heck you want, but that's what they are. So don't think it's like some huge add-on. It's like literally if you play through the game and you only play with like 6 different classes and you do just their 6 solo scenarios, that's all you're getting out of that solo scenario add-on. The removable stickers, that's for resetting the game. So most people will never touch that because you will not finish Frosthaven. But if you're done Frosthaven and you want to reset it and start back from scratch, they give you the stickers, these removable stickers you can use to remove after. Because the stickers that come in the game, they stick and they will probably damage components if you try to take them off. But they're removable, so it's kind of neat. So if you mess something up or you want to change something after, it totally gives you that option too. It's a neat idea. I just don't think I want to waste money on them. I'd rather waste money on metal coins. So it's at 1.5 million US dollars right now. And we're not even an hour in. 9 more minutes to hit noon. So we're not even an hour in. Local time, obviously. So it's only been going for 51 minutes. Ronov says, Rob, a good choice, but does contain some mature content, so you might need to put some viewer caution, just saying. Oh, okay. Rodnov, thank you for this war of mine. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I did not realize. I knew it's going to deal with like death and things. But yeah, if it's dealing with like, violence and sexual violence and stuff. Yeah, you're right. I need to figure that out. I'll kind of do a little research and figure that out. Thank you for that warning. Do you think Frosthaven will replace Gloomhaven? Yeah, I think so. I think of it does the same, but more. I think after time, people will say like, maybe it does so many things better. Maybe the story's better. Maybe the whole having the 2 scenario books. Like, I think just having these 2 scenario books where stuff is hidden in one book is just such a better design that if you're going to play a game for 200 plus hours, I'd probably say go for Frosthaven. And they said in one of the interview videos that he said the only things that's carrying over are like little hints and stuff. So if you've played through Gloomhaven, you'll get kind of like the references in the story and stuff, but you don't need to play Gloomhaven. You do not need to play Gloomhaven. But if this is just Gloomhaven but better, like, I don't know. And it sounds like you could play them in either order, so it's up to you, really. It's totally up to you. So the solo scenarios for me, we did 2 of them on the channel, and I tried them out. They're neat. But like, we haven't played through all the scenarios in Gloomhaven, so I didn't need to get them. I just wanted them because I wanted to try them out. It sounded kind of cool. And I was really attached to the 3 Spears class, my favorite class. I played them, I redid that class after I retired him. I picked him again later because I wanted to play him so much. I love that class. So I was looking forward to playing a solo scenario to try him out and then get his specific item, which I did. So if we do more Gloomhaven videos on the channel, I'll be using that item and playing that class. They're neat. They're not necessary. But they are a cool add-on. But if you're not going to do them, like if you're just playing the main campaign and you're not going to stop and take your class and go play this solo scenario and then come back, it's not worth it. Like, I got them way after we were done playing too, so it's kind of sad. Like, we played through so many classes that I would love to play with in there, and like, I could go back and play them, but I don't know if I will. So it's totally up to you. Totally up to you. But now I would have loved to have them at the beginning of Gloomhaven. So as I reached those level 5s of certain classes, I would have loved to stop, play the solo scenario on the side, and that's what I'm going to do with Frosthaven. So that's why I want the solo scenarios. But careful, do not turn to the later pages because you will spoil classes for yourself. That's the one downside of those solo books. Oh, Matush says you can omit the mature events from this War of Mine. That's good to know. Yeah, I gotta read. I'll read through the book before we play then, just to make sure I understand, so I don't get like too surprised with that kind of stuff. I'll make the decision. I'll probably put just a warning on the screen because I'm okay with the mature stuff. YouTube might flag it though, but we'll see. If we keep saying certain words over and over again, our video might get flagged and things by the automated system. But worst case, we're going to play it again. So we'll play it in the future too. So if the video gets flagged and taken down or something, I will just play that game again. No problem. The next weekend we'll do it. Oh, okay. So yeah, Clovis is saying you can choose to play without the mature contents. Okay, perfect. Maybe I'll try it without the mature stuff first. Yeah, I'll talk it with Mel. We'll figure it out after. Thank you for the warning, guys. I super appreciate that. If you don't have Gloomhaven, do you have to play before you play Frosthaven? No. No, you don't. But if you have the time and you have the players that'll play with you, or if you want to play it solo with 2 characters, now is the time to start playing it. If you're at home and you're locked in with the COVID stuff and you have the money and it's not going to screw you financially, you have now a year to play through Gloomhaven, which you could play it within a year. As long as you play, if you're playing like every weekend, it's about 50-ish scenarios plus in the main storyline to finish it out of the 90-something scenarios that are in it. But again, you will play side scenarios in between there. So you may end up playing 60 or 70 scenarios before you beat the game. It's your choice. It's your choice. You may make decisions and go through branching paths and stuff and may have trouble and may fail missions. So you may get together on a Saturday, play 2 scenarios with buddies and lose and not really progress the story the way you want to go. So it's tough to say. It depends on how much time you have to play it before then. But nothing's saying that it's going to come for sure in March 2021. And nothing is saying you're going to have to open your box when it arrives and stop playing Gloomhaven when it arrives. This is saying you can bring your characters from that game into this game. So I don't know exactly how it's all going to work, but who says you can't be playing both at the same time? But yeah. So this is your warning. You have 1 year to play Gloomhaven if you have the time. Don't bother if you have to be a completionist and finish that game before then. But you could just start with Frosthaven. But again, you're not going to have Frosthaven for at least a year. So this is like your warning. Yes, Mel says this is making her want to play Gloomhaven. It's all morning. I've been reading Gloomhaven rules again while I was waiting for the stream to start. I have it right here. Where is it? I have this reference sheet up. I was like reading about the rules again, getting back into it. I recently played the digital version, so that uses the same rules. So that kind of refreshed me a little bit. But yeah, here's like a rules reference sheet somebody put together. Yeah, I was reading through this, waiting for the stream to start. Because it's all the same rules, right? It's basically the same base mechanics to the game, so. Oh, man. Dragon says he built an addition to the house to store Gloomhaven after. Did you have to like reinforce your stairs so you could carry it to that addition and stuff to make sure you didn't fall through the stairs because it's so heavy? Although after playing Chip Theory games, I don't know if I can call Gloomhaven like that heavy anymore because like the poker chips and neoprene mats in those games, man, those games are definitely heavy too. But yeah. Yeah, we'll play some Gloomhaven. Mel, my wife, is in the chat saying we need to play some Gloomhaven soon. We do need to get back to Forgotten Circles. I've been saying that for about a year. Yeah, we do need to get back to it. So that's what we have to play before Frosthaven comes out. We have to play Forgotten Circles. That's our goal. But I also want to retire the current character I'm playing with in Gloomhaven and finish his personal goal. Oh, that's the other thing I heard about. One of the best things I heard about for Frosthaven that is not mentioned here that I saw is one problem that Mel and I found with the base game, playing 2 players. Sometimes you get a personal quest goal that you need to retire your character that is super hard to get when you're only playing with 2 players. Super hard to retire a character. So you could play with that character for like 100 scenarios and never retire them. But what Isaac's doing to fix that in Frosthaven, you'll unlock certain personal quests at the beginning. And as you progress through the game, they'll unlock different personal quests. And he's going to make sure that they're like easier to do for the time you're playing them. So that way there's no glitch kind of where you could be playing with 2 characters and you're kind of stuck with them if you can't find the certain monster types, or you don't want to replay old scenarios to fight those monster types, or you're having trouble finding swamp territories to get your personal goal done, or whatever those kind of things are that are in there. So I'm looking forward to that being fixed so that there's more of a steady pace to retiring classes. Because I felt like that was kind of a bug in Gloomhaven where like I would play a certain amount of scenarios and then be like, oh, I retired that guy really fast. And then I would get another class and it would like, I was like struggling to retire them. And like, you know, like seeing so many deaths in your party or whatever. It's like, if you're never dying, then you're never going to be able to retire and you don't want to die. So it's like, I don't know, weird ones like that. Got Cloudspire arriving tomorrow, that to this channel. Oh, Chris, awesome. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Cloudspire is awesome. It is brain wrecking. 100% Rodnov. I start streaming 2 days in a row of Cloudspire, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow on stream. And then I realize after I have such a headache, then I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a break from Cloudspire. Because the damn puzzles get me thinking so hard in those. As you guys see, I play them live now. And yeah, that game is a solo version of, and the co-op version of Cloudspire is so like next level. I love those puzzles, those scenarios, but yeah, they burn your brain for sure. Janet's, yeah, we're gonna try to play Forgotten Circles soon. Definitely, Janet. We're gonna play through that soon. Mel and I will play through it for sure. I still have it staring at me on the shelf of shame. It's something I want to do before Frosthaven comes out. So yeah, we'll start it soon, I think. But we'll play some Gloomhaven first, do some scenarios that we still need to do in that, just to like retire our characters, kind of figure out what we want to do to go into Forgotten Circles, just get warmed up again, and then we'll probably kick off Forgotten Circles after that. Mutton Chop's got a recommendation. There's another game I think you and Mel would have a great time playing. It's called Aventuria, if I'm saying that right. The adventure card game. Put it on your list. Check out. I will. I'm actually in the office now, so I can actually jot this down. Let me just... Perfect. Adventuria. And yes, I'm writing it in a paper book with a pen because, like I said, I don't have spare monitors to be bringing up other applications and writing it in while I'm streaming. Well, working on a 2-monitor setup here. I'm handicapped with it. All right, let's see. You need to get more of the multiplayer with Mel done. I agree. And if Mel gets laid off from work, we'll have more time for that. But right now, she's still working from home, so it's tough. It's tough. And I don't want to play Gloomhaven solo. So it's like, I need to wait for her to play it. But we could do it in the evenings and on weekends. That's another game we want to play, too. So, 3 games backed in less than a month. Don't tell my fiance or I won't have one anymore. Says Stephen Jones. Awesome. Yeah. Don't worry. I won't tell. Ignore any giant boxes that show up on your doorstep in the next few months to a year. Awesome. Oh, did we just have a hiccup on stream? Mel, you can answer. Mel's in the chat. You can answer Mutton Chop in there. He's got a question for you. Oh. Uh-oh. What is happening? Getting some hiccups here. Getting some hiccups. Sorry, one sec, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry, just had to clear my throat there. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. I think we're going to wrap this up in a couple minutes, but if you guys have any last minute questions or anything about Frosthaven from what I know, or about the channel or anything, want to drop it in, but we'll wrap it up in a couple minutes. But yeah, so look forward to this game being played through on the channel in 2021, Frosthaven, the sequel, standalone expansion, whatever you want to call it, to Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven 2.0. But yeah, Mel does work in the medical field, so hopefully work stays rolling for her throughout this pandemic. That's what I'm hoping, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, all right. Let's see. Oh man, YouTube errors. Fun times. So I'm getting some errors on YouTube. This happens, seems to be every day since this lockdowns and pandemic stuff. Streaming in the days is risky business right now. YouTube is not handling it good, it seems. So I'm getting errors here on the YouTube end. So if you guys can't hear me, I'm sorry, or see me. But let me know in the chat. Mel, can you see me and hear me? It's probably just choppy, right? Randy says, hey Randy, how's it going? Ahmed says, I backed many games that are supposed to be delivered by March. The question is which to play first. Fred says, will there be more Spirit Island content soon? I do want to play more Spirit Island. I was thinking that the other day. I need to do some solo in the day on that, but I'm not sure. Right now we have other games to play that we just got. Like I want to play some Terraforming Mars on the channel. This War of Mine, we got a stream schedule for that. I want to play some more Everdell again on the channel. So there's some other games I want to get into first before we get back into Spirit Island, but there will be more Spirit Island on the channel for sure. And I'm curious when this Jagged Edge expansion is coming out, or Jagged Earth. Jagged Earth, sorry, not Jagged Edge. Jagged Earth. I can't see your head. Good sound. Choppy but restored. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting errors here on the YouTube end, but on my computer it's saying it's all good, so I don't know. YouTube's crapping out. Can't see your head. Yeah, no problem, Fred. Yeah, it's a great game. Great game solo, great game co-op. Spirit Island, one of my favorite games for sure. I love that game. I wish I had it earlier. I regret that I did not get that game when it came out and kind of slept on it for a couple of years, basically. The Spirit Island's amazing. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me while we waited for the Kickstarter to go live and chat about some of the new features in Frosthaven. Let's check here. Actually, I want to see. It is at. Can you guys see this? Yeah. So this is Canadian dollars, but it's at 2.5 million and going up. So what's that? Like 2 million US, I think. But yeah, it's just flying up, flying up. Randy says, any idea on when Frosthaven will go to retail after Kickstarter? No, I don't know. But I'm assuming any retailers that back the retail pledge, right here, this retailer pledge, they'll probably get their stuff around the same time everyone else does. So if you go to your local retailer, tell them to back this Kickstarter at this pledge tier, if they can, if the shipping works for them and stuff. But they do have a way retailers can get the game through the Kickstarter. So I would assume that they would get it around the same time. But you have to talk to your local store to find out if they're going to do it that way. But that's how I would assume the best way to do it is. No problem. 1.8 million. Oh, 1.8 million US? Yeah? Okay. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think this game's going to be popular, guys. I'm not sure, but I have this feeling. Anyways, all right. That's going to be it for me. We'll be streaming later this evening. We're going to be streaming some City Skylines, the board game. Mel and I playing some co-op. We have a stream coming Thursday where we're going to be playing some Ethnos, chilling on the stream, playing some competitive in that one. And then this War of Mine this Saturday. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you do not want to miss live content coming up. Follow us on social media. Thanks to our Patreon backers for supporting the channel and helping also fund us, backing this Frosthaven. All the money you guys donate goes back in the channel. It helps us get new games on the channel to play through for you guys and explore and experience. So the links for all that stuff are down in the video description. If you want the link for the Kickstarter that we've been talking about here, the link is also down in the description. Go over there, back for $1 if you're interested. You can get notifications, you get access to the chat, the comments, all that stuff there. And you'll get the emails of the updates throughout the next 31 days that this Kickstarter is going on. And if you're backed at least the $1 tier later in May when they reopen the backer kit, you can then go in and adjust your pledge, add shipping, add on coins and all that stuff. You could just leave the $1 and never upgrade and decide not to buy the game. So, but the Kickstarter is live for 31 days. So if you're interested in Frosthaven, now's your chance to get in on the first wave of it. by backing it, and you can see other people are doing the same right now as the total is just flying here that you guys can't see. Yeah, 2.6 million Canadian right now. It's crazy. Crazy. But yeah, it's Dragon, Janet, Fred, everyone else who's been here during the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you guys later this evening on stream if you're here. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks a lot.